Assalamu alaikum. Today, I bring you lesson 8, and we're changing the subject now. We're moving on from the subject of al-ilm, Allah's knowledge, to the stage of al-Kitaabah. Al-Kitaabah means the writing. The writing of what? Did you often wonder about that Lawh Mahfuz, that book that they told you was up above the seventh heaven with Allah? And on it was written everything from the beginning of time. We heard it vaguely, we passed by that subject, but now we're going to try to come to it in depth that only can be found in these books, like Shifa al-Alil, the books from the Salaf, wherein they delve much more deeply into the basic concepts of Aqeedah. Actually, it's mainly Aqeedah. There is some seerah, not much fiqh. There's grammar, which I will avoid for now, because the grammar explanations are very deep. And they're often, you can say, the Hadd al-Faisal, the last word on grammar. If you want to know grammar and the rules of grammar, you have to turn back to the older books that were more precise. Now, our subject today is al-Kitaabah. And I'll begin by reading some passages, as I am wont to do, because I think it's helpful for you to hear the Arabic. وقد تقدم في أول الكتاب ما يدل على ذلك, meaning he said, I've spoken to you at the beginning of this book what is going to concern this subject of al-Kitaabah. من نصوص القرآن والسنة, from the text of Quran and Sunnah الصريحة, the correct Sunnah, the clear Sunnah. فقد ذكر هنا بعد ما لم تذكر, but I'm going to tell you here some things I haven't said. قال تعالى, and this is a verse of Quran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, ولقد كتبنا في زبور من بعد ذكر إن الأرض يرثها عبادي الصالحين إن في هذا لبلاغ القوم العابدين. This is a verse from Surah Al-Anbiya, and it mentions this Zubur. Ibn Qayyim says, الزبر هنا جميع الكتب المنزلة من السماء لا يختص بزبور داود. He's telling you that the Zubur is not only that which came to David, Daud, Prophet David is what we've been taught, but it includes all of the books. He goes on to say, وَذِكْرُ الْكِتَابِ الَّذِي عِنْدَ اللَّهِ. The mother of all books is with Allah. وَالْأَرْضِ الدُّنْيَا وَعِبَادِيَ الصَّالِحُونَ Ummat Muhammad. So when Allah mentions here that those who will inherit everything, it's going to be Ummat Muhammad. And this is considered to be أصح الأقوال في هذا الآية. In other words, from the tafsir of the Sahaba, this is the most correct. And it is من علامة نبوة رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فإنه أخبر بذلك بمكة. In Mecca, Prophet Muhammad was being persecuted by the Quraysh, and also were his Sahaba. And they were kicked out of their homes, and they were yishattatu, yani scattered. And this is when this ayah was revealed, that they will inherit all that the kuffar have. فأخبرهم ربهم تبارك وتعالى أنه كتب في ذكر الأول أنهم يورثوا الأرض من الكفار, meaning it was written in the first writing that they are going to get this land. Then ثم كتبه ذلك في الكتب التي أنزلها على الرسل. So this is an important part here. It was written in the Lawh al-Mahfuz before anything happened, and then it was written in the books that were sent down to the prophets. الكتب المنزلة قد أطلق عليها الزبور. So of these books that were sent down, we have the Zabur. في قوله وما أرسلنا من قبلك إلا رجالا نوحي إليهم فاسألوا أهل الذكر إن كنتم لا تعلمون بالبينات والزبر. This is from Surah An-Nahl, when Allah said He sent down books, including the Zubur. أي أرسلناهم بالآيات الواضحات. We sent it down with clear signs. والكتب التي فيها هدى ونور. And books that contained guidance and light. Huda wa nur. So, I don't know if you're aware, but Allah frequently describes the Torah and the Injil as having Huda and Nur. And unfortunately, this Tawheed is not really taught. I mean, how would it be if we taught these words, the exact words Huda and Nur, the exact words Huda and Nur, are used to describe Torah of Musa, Injil of Isa, and Quran of Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. This is Tawheed, meaning sent from the same source, containing the same information, with the same order, that Allah is one and you obey Him only, and you accept all His messengers, and you don't worship Jesus, and you don't reject Muhammad. This is a full package, and you're supposed to accept the whole thing. Saying here, الكتابين اللذان أنزل قبل رسول الله, the two books that were sent down before Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, وهما التوراة والإنجيل. And this is mentioned in the Quranic verse in Surah An-Nahl. وَأَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ الذِّكْرَ تَبْيَانًا لِلنَّاسِ وَأَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ الذِّكْرَ لِتُبَيِّنَ لِلنَّاسِ مَا نُزِلَ إِلَيْهِمْ. And we sent it down to clarify to people what was revealed to them. And it was revealed in two books. وَالْقُرْآنِ فَفِي هَذِهِ الْآيَةِ عَلَّمَهُ بِمَا كَانَ قَبْلُ, teaching you what was before. كُونُوا كِتَابَتِهِ له بعد علمي, and know that the writing was done after the knowledge. And that's why the book is separated between the stage of the knowledge, which of course Allah's knowledge comes first, and then the writing. And then we come to another ayah in this regard in Surah Al-Yasin. إِنَّا نَحْنُ نُحْيِي الْمَوْتَى ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين. Truly, we revive the dead, نحيي الموتى, ونكتب ما تقدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين. I have to pause. Someone's knocking at my door. I'm really sorry about that. I'm not accustomed to having people knock on my door when I'm doing a lesson, but what can I do? I had to answer it or else they'd keep banging. It was the driver. I said, you must wait 15 minutes. You're early. Time is not of the essence in the Middle East. Punctuality is something that has not really taken hold here. And this is the way we learn patience. All right, let's go back to where we were, and I'll repeat the ayah. إِنَّا نَحْنُ نُحْيِي الْمَوْتَى وَنَكْتُبُ مَا قَدَّمُوا وَآثَارَهُمْ وَكُلَّ شَيْءٍ أَحْصَيْنَاهُ فِي إِمَامٍ مُبِينٍ. You know, I often wondered about this verse. Imam and Mubin, I will translate. We revive the dead. And we write what their deeds that they have done and the effects of their deeds. And everything, ahsaynahu, everything we have accounted for, fi imamin mubin. And I used to say, imamin mubin, imam? What imam? It's an imamin mubin. Well, who's the imam that's very clear to see? What does that mean? Everything we have recorded in imamin mubin. Here it means the lawhun. The lawhun mahfuz, the book, the almighty book, the Kitab, that is always up with Allah. وَنَكْتُبُ مَا قَدَّمُوا مِنْ خَيْرٍ أَوْ شَرٍ. And we write in it what they have done from good and evil. فَعَلُوا فِي حَيَاتِهِمْ. And they did the deeds in their life. وَأَثَارَهُمْ مَا صَنَعُوا. أَثَارَهُم means the effects of this. مَا صَنَعُوا مِنْ سُنَّةِ خَيْرِ وَالشَّرِّ. What they repeatedly did. The sunnah is what's done repeatedly. فَاقْتَدِ بِهِمْ فِيهَا بَعْدَ مَوْتِهِمْ. And these deeds are going to follow them after they're dead. Of course, meaning on Resurrection Day. And we have a last verse here from Surah Al-Qiyamah. يُنَبِّئُنَا الْإِنسَانُ يَوْمَئِذٍ بِمَا قَدَّمَ وَأَخَّرَ. It means that يُنَبَّئَ الْإِنسَانُ, people will be informed. يَوْمَئِذٍ means Resurrection Day. بِمَا قَدَّمَ وَأَخَّرَ. What they brought forward and what they neglected to bring forward. As I said, the Imam in Mubin, ahsayna. Ahsayna comes from the verb hasa. It's inclusive. It's exclusive of any mistakes. It's perfectly recorded and calculated and accounted for. وهو اللوح المحفوظ وهو الكتاب. كتب فيها كل شيء. In this book, everything was written. يتضمن كتابه أعمال العباد قبل أن يعملوها, including all the deeds of the servants before they did them. والإحصاء في الكتاب يتضمن علمه بها وحفظ لها. حفظه لها meaning Allah has contained in this writing, in this kitab, all the deeds with His knowledge that they will be done. وإحاط بأددها with باتها في, in accordance to the number of them. بأددها وأثابها في, certainly. وقال تعالى وما من دابة في الأرض. This is Quran. وما من دابة في الأرض ولا طائر يطير بجناحيه إلى أمثالكم ما فرطنا في الكتاب من شيء ثم إلى ربهم يحشرون. This is from Surah Al-An'am, when Allah says there's nothing that moves on the earth or flies in the air on wings, except that they are umamun amthalakum. They are groupings. It's translated as nations. They are umam. They are groups of tightly held up groups. We are the Ummah of Muhammad, yes? Well, they are Ummah. Whatever is moving in the earth like ants or birds flying in the air. ما فرطنا في الكتاب من شيء. Allah has left out nothing of this book. ثم إلى ربهم يحشرون. And then you will return back to your Lord. It says there's a difference of opinion. وقد اختلف في الكتاب هنا هل هو القرآن أو لوح محفوظ. It goes on in this discussion between the Mufassirin. Are you talking about just the Quran, or are you talking about the whole book? And it gives you the opinions, but the best is that it's everything, the whole book. Why? From this verse in Surah Nahl. وَنَزَلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ تِبْيَانًا لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ. Everything is in the book. Yet in this verse, وَنَزَلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ, وَنَزَلْنَا عَلَيْكَ, meaning Muhammad, الْكِتَابَ, the book, تِبْيَانًا لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ. So you can see here where there could be a discussion. In other words, the book was sent to Muhammad. The book is called Al-Kitab, the known book. Tibyanan likulli shay. Yes, sent to Muhammad, but Tibyanan likulli shay, clarifying everything just to you at this point in time for your ummah, or Tibyanan likulli shay for all times, for everyone that came before you and will come after you as well. But as I said, the discussion continues. I once asked a sheikh years ago, Sheikh, what is the meaning of Al-Kitab? And I recall his perplexed expression in not answering me and telling me, oh, that will come much later. And I said, but Sheikh, Al-Kitab, doesn't that mean Quran? Well, Sheikh didn't want to get into the Kitaabah.Part with me because it was in the early stages. And in order for you to talk about this subject, the Lawh al-Mahfuz, which is with Allah, up above, you have to talk about Kitaabah.Part. And as I told you, that's something that is neglected and almost, in Egypt anyway, it's very problematical. Because, well, we don't want to mention any names of edifices, but some so-called experts don't really like the subject. And if you study, if you ever care to make an analysis of trends in Islamic history regarding Aqidah, you will find that most of the so-called famous scholars that are brought forward don't really have the right interpretation. So you must go to the Ummahat al-Kutub, the Kutub of the Sunnah, Ibn Qayyim and Ibn Taymiyyah. Stay with them. You'll be on the straight path. Don't swerve. I've read, this is my choice. Because there's a vast, for me, difference in the skill of the presentation of the topics, of the language used, of the way it's arranged, and you feel the iman of the author. I do. Whereas other books by other authors, they're books. Yes, I am prejudiced. I follow the Sunnah and I follow the Salaf. Let's get back to our subject now. This is a very interesting point here about the Sunnah. There was an argument about why is the Sunnah so important when it's not contained in the Quran. And Ibn Mas'ud said, وَقَدْ لَعَنَ الْوَاصِلَ وَمُتَوَاصِلَ مَا لِي لَا عَنَ مِنْ لَعَنَهِ Allah fi kitab. Where is this? The woman said, فَقَالَتْ إِمْرَأَةُ لَقَدْ قَرَأَتْ الْقُرْآنَ فَمَا وَجَدْتُ. He's relaying that a woman said, I read the Quran, I don't see anything about this. It's about putting on hair extensions. Al-wasila wa mutawasila. Muslim women are forbidden from wearing these. And they're quite the mode now in 2020 in America. But from now and forever, as we are forbidden from wearing wigs, and Orthodox Jewish women wear wigs. So the phenomena of wigs and hair extensions is just over the top right now in America. فَقَالَ. So Ibn Masud said to her, إِن كُنْتِ قَرَأْتُ. If you really read the Quran, فَقَدْ وَجَدْتُ. Allah says, قال تعالى, وَمَا أَتَاكُمُ الرَّسُولُ فَخُذُوهُ وَمَا نَهَاكُمْ عَنْهُ فَانْتَهُوا. He said, in the Quran it says, what the Prophet Muhammad brought you, take it. And what he forbid you from, stop it. وَلَعَنَ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ صَلَى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وسلم الْوَاسِلَ وَمُتَوَاسِلَ. So, Prophet Muhammad has forbidden these hair extensions, and you ought to know that you should care about the fact that he's forbidden these hair extensions, because that means the correct, let's say, performance of all of you, especially women, ought to be to pay attention to Prophet Muhammad. One thing before I close, I'm going to continue this in another lesson, but I just can't stop myself. Do you know this hair extension prohibition and also the eyebrow plucking prohibition? I'm speaking of Egypt, where women obsessively remove every hair from their body all the time. When in fact the sunnah is, you only remove the hair from your genital area and your armpits once a month. And then the eyebrow issue is of its own issue. Oddly enough, they, for the most part, and I would easily tell you 90%, and I lived there for 20 years, reject the eyebrow issue and continue to pluck their eyebrows. So that the eyebrow issue, which was forbidden by the Prophet Muhammad, is totally ignored, and the body hair issue is taken to the extreme of, I don't know if I want to say, I have to be kind here, because I love Egyptians. That's why I stayed there for so long. And I have my best friends in my life, Egyptian women. But you know, we don't do that. We don't do all that hair removal. And so I was constantly amazed at how obsessive they are about it. And yes, the genital area, well, we didn't know that until we became Muslim, but, you know, once a month. But all this constant waxing, all I can say is cultures are strong and traditions linger. But if we just stay with the Sunnah, look at how easy it is. It's so simple. And also the fact about the eyebrows, I can't say this is scientific proof, but many say, what's with the eyebrows? Why are they so special? Well, I once had a great sheikh that explained it to me thusly, and it was his own ijtihad. He believes that the eyebrows are an extreme indicator of Allah's majesty, let's say in genetics. Many people don't resemble their parents at all, and some resemble only one and not at all the other. He said, if you look at any human being's eyebrows, whether it be male or female, and then you look at their parents, absolutely 100%, that person will have either the eyebrows of their dad or the eyebrows of their mom. And they may not have anything else. They may not have any type of body structure or features, facial features, but they'll have the eyebrows. And you know, when I tried it, it's true. I so have my mom's eyebrows, which are practically no eyebrows at all. I digress? No, I try not to digress. This has to do with the perfect sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad. Do as much of it as you can, especially when there are words used like la'na, you're cursed. If you do it, it seems very harsh, doesn't it? Cursed, if I pluck my eyebrows? Who knows what's under those eyebrows? Maybe science will discover something one day that's connecting eyebrow hair to whatever, but you know something also. There is a very extremely ridiculous fashion now where men are plucking their eyebrows and carving little cuts in them, like little designs in their eyebrows. It's a whole new cosmetic industry, eyebrow design. Oh my goodness. How far we've come away from what is the meaning of a man? What is the meaning of dhakar wa unta, masculinity? I'm going to continue this lesson on Al-Kitaabah tonight when I get back. So I will be giving you the finishing of this chapter. This chapter is smaller than Al-Ilm. So now I must go and tutor. That was the driver. Tutoring Arabic. My dream. Can you imagine? You're responsible for children and adults to learn the letters of the words of Allah. It's so wonderful. After so many years of being pigeonholed as an English teacher. Why? Oh, I'm an educated American. My first language is English. It's what they call my mother tongue. But the Quran is called al-Kitab. Mother, in Arabic. Means the basis, the foundation of everything. I really do believe my foundation was Arabic because I testified when I was taken from Dahr al-Adam, all of us, to say La ilaha illallah. Assalamu alaikum.